Be with you shortly. Hello, this is UKPI. How can I help you? Hello, this is UKPI. How can I help you? Hello, this is UKPI. How can I help you? Hello. Right. Can you hear me now? I'm loud and clear. Am I coming through? I muted myself for some stupid reason. Because of the intro, I've got to mute myself. I'm hoping that you can hear me now. And I'm hoping you kind of like my new office setup. It's quite nice. It's a bit, it's raining outside, but hello. Right. Can you hear me now? I'm loud and clear. Am I coming through? I was probably. Hold on. Right. Okay. Right. It's just that I've got YouTube open on a different computer now. It was fucking up a bit. Anyway, tonight what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a sovereign citizen. Don't know if you must have heard of sovereign citizens. They're a strange bunch, but if you haven't, then this is sort of the description that you'll get on Wikipedia. Basically, the sovereign citizen is a guy or a woman or that just wants to break the law, make up his own rules, and try and get away with it. They're a weird bunch. In the UK, we've got them here. We call them free men. I'm a free man, and it's kind of they go by the laws of old ancient days. Weird bunch of people. They still think that it stands up in a court of law. We will find out that it really doesn't. Let me show you this guy. This is an American guy that decided he wanted to get some petrol for his ride-on mower, which he's calling a tractor, and he drove down a goddamn highway in it and got pulled over by the police. And let's see what he has to say for himself.
Here we are. I got pulled over on my riding mower on the way to go get air in the tires. So I don't understand what his problem is and all that. But we're going to find out and we're going to videotape it. How can I help you?
Yeah, it's about the proper way.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Yeah, do you have your driver's license registration on you?
Excuse you?
I said, do you have your driver's license on you?
You're asking me for a driver's license? Why would I need a driver's license?
Because you're operating
A vehicle on the roadway.
This isn't a vehicle, it's a lawnmower.
Yeah, it's a vehicle.
It's not a motor vehicle.
Hey, Lord Callum, thanks for
I'm not
joining.
going to stand here to argue fact with you, okay?
You don't have to. You just have to give me your driver's license.
I don't need a driver's license to ride a mower, for God's sakes. Go away from me, please. Look, you guys have been getting way out of hand. Do you understand?
I need to see your driver's license.
I don't need a driver's license for a riding mower.
Have you seen how masked up this guy is?
I'm not giving you a driver's license. I am not a participant in the driving code because, in fact, I am a private person and
This is something that they always come up with, is I'm not participating in your laws, I'm not participating in driving, and I'm not under contract by you. I am just travelling. It's a strange argument, but it's one that they constantly give.
I am using the common way, okay? It is open to all of us. It belongs to us, by the way, us the people, not you the police or the government or the township. No, you guys got that all twisted. That's why we're having so much problems right now in this country, okay? They're saying it's a black thing. It's not just a black thing. You guys are oppressing everybody. Stop, back off, go do something that's constructive, because this is stopping. Do you understand me? All this stuff across this country is going to make you guys stop abusing your powers. You don't have the power to act on a person using their right to travel upon the public roadways, the common way. It was.
This is a common way. So he's using his right to travel on a common way, which is actually a motorway. With, you can see there's cars, lorries and stuff in the background, and the guy's holding up everyone as he's sitting on what is basically a lawnmower, wearing so much face coverage, it's unbelievable. Why not just put a helmet on and buy some registration plates, mate? And maybe you would have got away with it.
Already ruled upon in the Supreme Court many years ago. If you guys would read the law, I know the law because I read the law. I looked it up. I looked up case law.
Terrific.
I am not driving. Driving is a commercial activity. That is licensed.
I need to see your ID.
What proof do you have I am engaged in a commercial activity?
I need to see your ID.
When you tell me what commercial activity you're accusing me of, I will give you.
I understand. And if you're absolutely right, and if you are absolutely right on your.
So basically, in his little world, is you're only driving when you're commercially driving. So that means that only people that are delivering post or packages or delivering whatever or going to work, they're commercially driving. Anyone else is just traveling. Really?
You need to go away.
No,
I'm
sir.
going about my business. I'm going to go up here and take care of my business because I got to get back before dark.
Sir, if you
You're
don't,
putting me into a jeopardized position right now.
if you don't produce ID, you're
I am
being
not
detained.
producing any ID for you. This is not a state that has stopped an ID. I wasn't breaking any law. I am taking my personal riding mower
No,
down
you're
here
going
to
to
get
produce
air in
ID.
it at the air pump. It's
You're
none of
going to
your
produce
business
ID.
really what I was doing. But please.
Notice how he said he had to stop himself there because he said, "I am taking my personal riding mower." Because if he had called it a vehicle, then hey, it was back to rights, wasn't it?
Go back to business and leave me
You're going to
alone.
produce your ID.
No.
Well, I'm going to place you under arrest.
You cannot. I am not under arrest. I didn't do anything. What crime are you suspecting?
You
me
are
of?
going to be placed under arrest.
What crime are you
You're
suspecting?
operating a vehicle with
It's
a
not a
motor.
vehicle. It's not a motor vehicle.
Okay.
Look it up in the codes. And the codes do not apply to people who are not engaged in commercial activity. Codes
Right.
apply to commercial activity. I am not in commercial activity. I'm trying to go to the store and get some groceries along with filling up to checking the air in these things and get it home before dark. I'm jeopardizing my life. Because now you're going to tell me you're going to arrest me and throw me in prison when the bunch of people might have a coronavirus. So please, get away from me.
Then produce some ID.
I don't need to ID you. No, you
Produce
guys
some
got
ID.
my freaking taillights on. Please go do
Produce
something.
some
to
ID.
stop. I am not giving you ID. I have no reason. Give me a reason why I have to ID.
Because I asked
This is
you.
not a motor
Because I
vehicle.
stopped you.
This is
You
not a
have
motor vehicle. This is not a motor vehicle. It is a riding mower.
And you have
It is a
absolute
firm
right- You
implement.
have the absolute right to go to
It
court
is a
and all
firm
that.
implement. I am driving it on the roadway legally and lawfully. Now, please, go back to
Produce your
business.
ID.
No, I didn't do anything to give you any kind of reason to give me ID. I did not break any law. I
I hear what you're saying.
then stop.
I've heard
what you're
all of
doing.
that before.
This is what's causing problems,
need to see
buddy.
your ID.
No. Respectfully, no. I recline. I thank you for asking me, but I have no reason to. I didn't break any laws.
Then I'm going to place you
Tell me
under
what law I
arrest.
broke.
Then I'm going to place you under arrest.
You cannot. What are you going to place me under arrest
That's
for?
do it.
What for? Failure ID?
No,
You better
no.
look it up.
Now I'm going to arrest you for driving a motor vehicle on
This
the
is
roadway.
oh my God. You really want to go on the news, bud?
Yep, absolutely.
Well, we're going to, because
Okay,
guess what?
let's do
This is
that.
not a motor vehicle.
Let's do it. Let's get out there. And I'll put you under arrest. You can do that.
No, we're videotaping.
Don't you think this police officer is absolutely brilliant? He's kept his calm, and he does throughout the video. He keeps so calm and gives this guy so many get out clauses. It's unbelievable. But this bloke just doesn't want any help. He all he had to do was pull the tractor to the side of the road, get off, give his ID. Did he do it? Did he heck his like?
Right now, buddy. So you go ahead and do
I
what
am
you're doing.
too. So it's all good.
Good. So you actually are committing a felony right now.
Okay.
Okay, you like that?
I'm going to place you under arrest
For
if you don't
what?
produce your ID.
For what?
I already told you.
This is not a, first off, let's go back to the beginning. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. You're trying to say it's a motor vehicle.
No,
That's
the
the
state of
reason.
Pennsylvania is.
Well,
The state of Pennsylvania is.
I don't care about the state of Pennsylvania. I'm talking
Well, you're
about,
in the state of Pennsylvania.
I'm talking about, no, I am not in the state of Pennsylvania. I am on the state of Pennsylvania. I'm
Okay.
not in the ground, buddy. I'm not dead.
Okay, great. You still need to produce your ID.
No. For what reason? This is not a motor vehicle, which is your probable cause
Okay,
for harassment.
For what reason? The reason being the policeman has asked for your identification. He needs to know who you are and what you're doing there. You're committing a crime, and the policeman wants to... He's actually trying to help you, but you're still being this sovereign citizen. I have rights, I have this, I have that. Well, so does everybody else, but come on.
In the first place.
Let me explain to you where we discuss what is and what isn't right.
Okay, first
is
off-
in front of a judge.
No.
Yes,
No,
yes.
that's the problem. Because, see, this kind of intimidation is what's causing all this uproar, bud. Please understand and talk to your folks. This is what's causing it. You guys are enforcing law. That is not law. It's called color of law, okay? And your codes, rules, and regulations only apply to people when they knowingly...
I know this whole thing. You can keep repeating it. I've heard it all before.
then why are you
I've been hearing it for years.
Why are you?
Because
okay,
it is
why
not
do you
correct.
continue to break
Because
the
it's
law?
not correct.
What is not correct? The Supreme
You
Court
have to
rulings?
comply with the laws of Pennsylvania.
The laws of Pennsylvania only apply to those people who consent to consent to them. There is only 3 laws in this country. Period. You don't hurt nobody. Okay? You don't hurt nobody's property or damage it or steal it. And if you do, you make amends for it. And you don't do fraudulent business, which is exactly what you guys are doing. You're accusing me of driving. I am not driving. I am traveling on this personal property, which happens to be a riding mower, by God's sakes. Look, everybody, it's a friggin' riding mower.
Yeah,
He wants a driver's license for a riding mower. And this is who? Chief who?
Heilman.
Heilman. Would you like to spell it for everybody out there, Mr. Heilman?
It'll be on your citations.
I'm not getting a citation
Okay, you are.
unless you want to...
Do you want to spell that for me? It'll be on your citations. What a brilliant answer. What a classy cop that guy is. We're going to fast forward because basically this guy just keeps on going on and on and on about the fact that he's allowed to travel, and the policeman basically gives him tons of legroom. He's trying to help him time and time again, but this guy just won't listen.
All the thin blue line, cover thy butt, cover each other's butts. Guess what? All you guys are going to jail. Okay, right now you have been interrupting me. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, because I'm not in my personal automobile and on the actual roadway, I would have paperwork for you, explaining to you how much I'm charging for this right now, by the way, by the minute, because you're detaining me.
Of course.
And if you arrest
Of
me,
course you would. You don't bring it with you when you're riding your mower?
everybody please listen. I have a written contract which is on file in the courthouse of York County. It's
It also shows how many of these people must be around, for the simple fact that this policeman knows who he's dealing with. He knows he's dealing with a sovereign citizen. So it must be quite prevalent in the States, as it is in the UK. An awful lot of idiots that learn crap on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or what have you, and think that they know the law and think that they're better than it. And the police have to deal with them on a daily basis.
anything illegal. I am traveling down this roadway.
Fairfield status.
If I was walking down this roadway, you'd have a right to ask me for my ID for what?
Okay.
Nothing.
I think I would have accidentally let my taser go on him as well, Ark. Or just shot him in the leg or something like that.
Right? You're saying it's a motor vehicle. That's your reasoning. It's not a reason. This is not a motor vehicle. Somebody please look up the codes.
Okay.
No.
Are you done? Last chance?
No.
Okay, then you're coming up.
You're,
Come on.
no. You're going away. Come on. I'm telling you, you're going away. Come on, man. No, hold on. This is nuts. Oh, this is nuts. Don't resist. Don't resist. I gotta go. We don't want to hurt you. Don't resist. We don't want to.
Now you got to remember, this is now 23 minutes in, so the police have stood there for a good 20 minutes trying to help this guy out. He's not doing it at all. He's just not listening and expecting to just drive on away into the back beyond and everyone forget about it. But what does he expect? And he's shouting, resist, resist. Really?
You just
And this is another big problem. This is another huge problem. I'm going to back that up just 2 seconds to play it again.
We don't want to hurt you. Don't resist. We don't want to hurt you. Just
I can't breathe, I can't breathe. This is, we've all seen the tragic video of George Floyd, and this is going to be used by idiots across the planet, basically. Every time that police try and cuff them, take them down, or anything like that, they're going to be shouting, can't breathe," all the time, aren't they? Which is shockingly bad and disrespectful.
I can't fucking breathe. I can't fucking breathe. You don't understand. I'm not fucking breathing. You motherfuckers.
Don't let me disrespect.
Oh my god, you guys are doing so bad. I don't believe that about fucking head. Oh my god.
Roll him over.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Dude, I can't believe you just fucked your life up like that over something so fucking dumb. Why would you break the law like that? Why? Why?
Gave you every chance, man.
You don't understand, dude. You gave me every chance.
He did, and he literally did. For 20 minutes, he gave them every chance to get out of what would have been just a simple traffic violation. It would have been a ticket. I don't know what you get in America, but you would have been ticketed. It would have been some silly little fine. That would have been it. Now he's getting done for resisting arrest and umpteen other bloody charges. What an asshole.
To do what? To do what? To give in to your bulliness and your corruption? And steal my money? For a motor vehicle violation that I am not on a fucking motor vehicle. You're missing a whole friggin' fact point there, dude. Oh my god. Hold still, woman. I guess we had the whole police force, don't we? Yeah, they're all gone. That's Cumberland Township. All the way from Cumberland Township. Who else do we got here? Help, another Cumberland Township. Sir.
You get in my face again?
I didn't get in your face, I was looking at his back.
Way too close to me. Get that close to me again.
Yeah, well, you guys got me exposed right now. Thank you. Thank you. Every fucking one of you. I hope you know you're breaking the law so fucking bad right now. Dude, you have no clue. You have no clue. I spent 6 fucking years in prison looking this shit up. You think I'm fucking crazy?
I think the only person breaking the law there is him.
Shit, you guys not my mask off. You're fucking violating my rights. Come on. I fucking fought for this country. Come on, right. You son of a bitches. Fucking, oh my god. I can't believe you guys. I really, oh my god. Thank you. You just gave me a great platform. Oh my god. Oh, you guys are so fucking stupid. Follow the law for once. Please. That would stop this shit. Please, Lord, don't let me die now. Please, Lord, don't let me die now. My chest is hurting, dude, really bad. This is fucking bullshit, dude. You're giving me a fucking heart attack.
Well, let me get you in here to a nurse pretty quick then.
Hold on. Don't you yank at me, dude.
I'm not yanking you.
You just fucked me all up out there, man.
I'm not yanking you. I'm holding your arms
I
and
know,
helping you
just relax,
support yourself when you
give
get
me a
up.
minute to
No,
breathe,
take your
please.
time.
Dude, you already all but killed me.
Take your time.
All right?
That's him now going to jail for what? A silly little traffic violation that could have been over and done with in nanoseconds, but because he's watched so much crap online, he believes he's in the right. But it never works out that way. He's not in the right. You'll never be in the right, and the police will win.
Hop up over.
Take my time to go commit suicide. Is that where you're heading? Yeah, I'm not committing suicide. I'm going in here still under duress, everybody.
Yep.
You understand that?
Yep, walk right to the door.
Yeah. You want me to cooperate? Well, guess what? I am not in.
Still, if you hear the policeman and how he's talking to him, absolutely brilliant, top class policeman. He is so calm, he's tried to help him. He didn't want his help. But still, is keeping as professional can be.
No contract with you. I tried to explain it to you in simple terms that a fifth grader should be able to understand it. Okay? If you didn't understand it, then you're just, you know what? You're just
Step up there.
intentionally.
Against the door.
You're just intentionally. Here. Let me give you something. Let me give him a cigarette as well. Here. Okay? Give me there, well, please. Step right over the metal. So I figured I better give it to you. All right? Relax, dude. You're taking me the wrong way, buddy.
No, face
You're taking me the wrong way.
I'll get you. Face the door.
Yeah, you get me. You get me. You got me, buddy. You think you got me? Trust me. You might keep me in here for a minute, but believe me, I will get out. And just remember,
I'm sure you will.
Just remember, I just did 5 years. Okay? This little study here.
So he's just admitted that he's just done 5 years. So he's kind of a serial offender anyway. Hey, you would have thought if you've done a 5-year stint in prison, you would have learned your lesson. Not do it again. When you come across policemen, just say, yeah, okay, there's my details. I'm sorry, bank to rights. Hey, but this guy's just not learned a thing, has he?
Ain't gonna be shit, okay? But and again, I'm telling you, dude, you better go look up the law. You better call a lawyer. Okay, you need to call a lawyer. You need to call a lawyer.
I got lots of them. It's good.
No.
I'm good with it.
No, a personal lawyer.
Yeah,
Not the police.
insurance pays for
You
all
did
of it.
no.
Oh, yeah.
You did this personally, buddy. You chose this. This isn't the law. The law is not to beat up people who are not breaking the law. Do you understand? You acted outside the law, dude. That makes you personally liable. You have no no immunity when you act outside the law. You acted outside the law. You have no immunity. You're missing it. You're missing it. You don't have any immunity when you don't obey the law. You know. Wow, I can't believe you went to this extent, dude.
Okay.
You really want to fuck yourself up, didn't you?
Didn't I?
You begged me to commit a felony and commit a felony. I'm not going to commit a felony knowingly. No, that's the problem, dude.
Why do they always call them dude and what have you? It's a bit. This guy's got a serious problem. He's telling the policeman that he needs to get a lawyer because he's committed a felony and things like that. But he obviously believes this kind of nonsense. Believes it. Yet the policeman's just going around his job daily doing what he does. And this guy's spending 5 years incarcerated, and then God only knows how long after this. Who's the asshole? Come on.
That's the problem. Yeah, I need pictures, guys. Really bad. Hey, I'm peaceful, guys. I need medical care, though.
Have
And
you
my
been
chest
to the
hurt.
hospital?
No, he won't take me. He's refusing
Then
me
I'm not
medical
taking
care.
him.
Thank you. Now, another lawsuit.
Yeah, we'll go to the hospital if you want to go to the hospital.
He needs to go to the hospital. You can't bring him in here like that.
I need pictures, please. Somebody, can you guys take pictures, please? And you refuse me? I need to have it. I need to have it written. My name is Ronald Paul. I need to have it documented, please.
No,
This
sure,
man
you
is-
tell her your
this man
name.
is felonies.
You just entered into a contract with her, right?
I can't take pictures of you, but I can refuse you with. Yes.
Don't you just love how that policeman just used his little sovereign citizen thing against him and said, oh, you've just entered into a contract with her, haven't you? It's like, yeah, what a bloody dig. You just get it in there.
And write it down, please. Because you refused me, Ronald Paul.
Yeah, you'll be back here. We'll be back.
Because of
We'll be
medical.
back.
B-A-U-G-H?
B-A-L-L.
Okay.
What?
B-O-L-L.
B-O-L-L?
What's your date of birth?
I'm not entering the contract.
Now you're not getting into the contract with her.
We'll see. Look, he's already.
I'm not entering into a contract.
He's committing felonies here left and right. So, look, I'm not cooperating, but I'm also not fighting.
Fair enough.
Get me?
Alright, see you a little bit. Be careful.
Thank you.
And I have no social security number, so don't tie it to them.
I don't,
You got somebody fraudulently put me to a social security number. I don't have a social security number.
I don't need your social security.
I don't own one.
I don't need it.
I don't need it either. I'm not.
So he doesn't have a social security number
I
either.
forgot you had to get your weapon so you could kill me yet. This fucking cuff was killing me, my ankle or my wrist, dude. And I already got problems from this last time from you people abusing your powers.
You people.
Yeah,
Which
you
ones
people,
stay tight?
police officers, dude.
Which
Just
one?
the right one, please. Can you just flip it around the other way? Look, I'm not going to attack you, dude. I got to help the lawsuit.
Lean over for me.
There you go. Just
Lean over for me?
Lean over?
Yeah, I'll
I
loosen it
got to
up.
move away from the wall.
That's good.
Yeah, rolling away. All right.
There you
Absolutely brilliant.
go. Turn it around. Turn it. Sit.
Turn what?
Turn it.
Well, here.
You want it like
Just
that?
Put my hands together like this.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
'cause if I can keep them that way, they're fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Hang on.
Okay, you need a bag?
Okay.
Do you need a bag?
Picture real quick, just so I can say
Yes,
why I
please.
denied him.
Yes, please.
And off you go to the clink, mate. And it really didn't have to happen. So, wow. I mean, literally, wow. These people exist. And they still think they're in the right. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to leave you with some bonus footage because this is the audio tape of this guy in court trying to tell the judge his own job. I'll leave you with this and hope you enjoy.
Your two choices, sit or stand.
I'll sit for right now.
Counselor, you can call your first witness. Oh, would you like to waive the reading of the information, or would you like me to read?
No, I want to hear everything.
Okay.
We're gonna go to jury trial after this. Doesn't go away.
Okay. Mr. Bowles, you're here for a preliminary hearing on charges filed by the police.
So we're looking at probable cause today.
Please don't interrupt me, Mr. Bowles, or you'll be here for a lot longer than your 3 hours. You have been charged with a misdemeanor count of resisting arrest and a summary count of not having a driver's license, summary count of driving while suspended. Well, the summaries are irrelevant today. We will not take testimony on the summaries. The summaries by law travel. If the criminal case is bound over, all the summaries will go with it. If the criminal case is dismissed, all the summaries will also be dismissed. These charges stem from an incident that allegedly occurred on 28th of June 2020, at which time you were observed driving a lawnmower without tags or rear lighting. You were stopped by Chief Heilman. You refused to provide information related to your driver's license, wouldn't give your name, and that you were not doing anything wrong. They said they would have to arrest you so that they could get your identification. They pleaded with you, discussed with you for 20 minutes to give them some identifying information. You were then told you were placed under arrest. You refused to get off the tractor. Multiple police officers then removed you from the tractor with substantial force when you refused to let go of it. And they got you to the ground and handcuffed you. And they found your ID. 8th, driving under suspension, which I will tell you, if convicted of at a later date, will carry with it substantial jail term. You're driving the tractor to the store. That's which it's alleged to have occurred. Today's hearing is not to determine your guilt or innocence, it is only to determine if there's sufficient evidence to bind this over, which is called prima facie. A prima facie case is based on me taking all the evidence in the light most favorable to the Commonwealth, and if they provide sufficient evidence that a jury, if they believe everything the officer says, and that would be at a jury trial, that would be sufficient evidence to convict you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, you call your first witness.
Commonwealth calls Chief Heilman.
Please raise your right hand, face the judge.
You swear to affirm all the information given in today's hearing is true and correct, to the best of your knowledge, if so, say I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Sir, please state your name for the record.
My name is Chief Richard Heilman. I'm employed by the Carolina Grove Police Department as a police officer. I've been self-employed for approximately 28 years.
And sir, Chief, were you on duty on June 28th, 2020?
I was.
And during that date, did you encounter an individual who is known to you as Ronald Ball?
Yeah, that he's now known to me as Ronald Ball. Yes.
And is that individual present in the courtroom today?
Yes, he's seated at the defense table in the black mask.
That's sufficient for the court. The defendant has been identified.
Yes.
Where were you when you first encountered the defendant?
I observed him in the 200 block of East Main Street, Fairfield, Rhode Island, County, Pennsylvania, where I live with him.
And at that time, did you have cause to approach Mr. Bull?
I did.
And what was the reason for approaching him at that time?
He was driving a lawnmower down State Route 116 East Main Street in the borough of Fairfield. Vehicle that was not registered, displaying plate, tag, with lighting, so forth.
At the time of the encounter, what occurred with Mr. Bull?
I pulled out behind him, I activated my lights, he pulled off the roadway. I approached Mr. Bull, who was wearing a face mask and a face shield. I asked him for his identification. That began a approximate 20-minute or so discussion where he presented the sovereign citizen argument that he didn't have to provide me any sort of ID. I begged him to give me his name. He refused to do any of that. I advised him repeatedly that if he wouldn't provide me his name, I couldn't identify him, I'd have to place him under arrest and take him into the booking center for identification at minimum. He continued to refuse. After that period of time, I told him that I was going to have to arrest him if that was his final choice. I asked him to get off the tractor. He refused to do that. We then attempted, I had the assistance of officers from Cumberland Township, Gettysburg, Liberty Township, who come to assist. We then tried to remove him from the tractor. He held firmly to the tractor on the side. I was trying to remove his left arm from the steering wheel of the tractor as we tried to pull him off. He refused to let go. It took considerable force to break his hold on that. Meanwhile, the other officers were struggling to try to get control of his right arm. In the course of it, we were forced to take him to the ground to try to cuff him, and then we struggled for some period of time to get his arms behind him. It took a considerable amount of force to finally handcuff him that exposed all the officers involved to the risk of bodily injury. Once we had him in custody, we found his driver's license, identified him, and he was placed in custody for that resisting arrest and the sort of summary charges.
How long did the struggle in attempting to remove the defendant from the tractor until you finally got him into compliance? How much time had elapsed during that struggle?
Probably from the time that we first laid hands on him until we had him handcuffed and back up, standing up was probably half a minute to a minute, somewhere in that range.
And how many officers were involved in that? Directly involved?
Directly involved, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe, that were directly involved to try to get him handcuffed.
And does that include yourself, sir?
That includes myself.
Those are all the questions I have for you, Your Honor.
Do you have any cross-examination, Mr. Ball?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
What's your definition of probable cause?
Objection is irrelevant.
Sir, that's a legal question. That could be dealt with at a later time.
Didn't he choose-
Mr. Ball, please don't interrupt me,
Okay.
okay? Because I'm trying to explain things to you. And if you interrupt me, then I won't get back to you. If you believe that there wasn't probable cause, then that is a suppression issue which would be dealt with at the Court of Common Pleas after the filing of a suppression motion. It's not relevant here. You can move on.
Do we have a copy? Did you ever see a copy of a magistrate's signed affidavit of probable cause or the warrant? Do you have one that's signed by a magistrate at all? Because I don't.
No, sir. The affidavit of probable cause, because it's a misdemeanor, the only time the affidavit of probable cause needs signed is if a warrant is requested. The only thing that has to be signed for purposes of the misdemeanor is the verification.
Okay, so there's a request for a warrant in here, then shouldn't there be
There was not a request for a warrant. You were arrested on view
I got one in here.
and taken to the prison. There was never a warrant request made. And a felony doesn't need sworn to. All felonies have to be sworn to because by law, a warrant is issued and one arrest is not issued.
Okay. I don't know, maybe I don't know what this paper is then. Could you show this to him and see if there's an arrest warrant? Because that's what I look like. It says arrest warrant on it, so that's what I figured it was an arrest warrant. It's asking him for arresting.
It's signed by,
Nobody.
well, that's because it's, I just said it's not required. The verification is the only thing required in this case because he was not sworn in. The verification is properly signed by a judge and Officer Howman. There's no argument.
I don't have a copy of that verification. Can I get a copy of that verification? Because I don't appear to have it.
You have it.
Could you show me where it's at? Because I don't have it.
Sure. If you don't have it, then
I don't think it's here.
that's the one the provision provided for you. I will make a copy of it and I will come right back. So
Thank
will
you.
have it. Provision provided you with that. But before you were arraigned, this was done.
I bet it was. Alright, that was wrong.
There you go. There's your copy.
You get my packet back too? I don't have the packet now. I don't have the packet now.
You don't have what?
The packet, but I gave you.
Mr. Ball, I just need to explain to you, we're here regarding the facts of the case that day.
Okay.
And
Gotta have the
procedures.
paperwork, right?
Go ahead, you can continue your question.
Okay. So, I think I heard you say you've been on the force 28 years?
That's fair.
Okay. Are you aware that there's some items under 1301 that are exempt from a tag? Did you find me for 1301 saying that I needed to have a tag?
Sir,
Objection is to the relevance
we're
on
not here
summary
to argue the
offenses.
summaries, we're only here to determine whether you did or did not resist arrest. That is a suppression
Okay,
issue. If you believe that the stop was illegal, you will need to file a suppression motion at the Court of Common Pleas if your case is bound over.
Okay. Does the court recognize Terry versus Indiana or Ohio?
Do you have a copy of it?
I got a little bit of it, but I don't have the whole thing. But
What are you referencing?
well, I'm referencing obligation to ID without probable cause.
That's the state of Ohio.
It's also the state of Pennsylvania. This isn't a show me state. This isn't a stop and show me state.
Sir, the
Right.
requirement that you provide identification was based on a crime being committed.
Right. Allegedly.
That's a suppression
That's the probable
issue.
cause you won't let me talk
That is
about.
also a suppression issue related
Okay.
to whether or not this was a valid arrest.
Okay. So, are you familiar with UCC?
Sir,
What? Why can't I ask so many questions?
you're not addressing any of the relevant issues. I'm trying to get you to where you can actually help yourself. Go ahead, ask the question.
Well, you're saying it's about resisting arrest then, right? Is that where we're trying to get to?
That's the issue.
Okay. Well, if I wasn't lawfully arrested, then I can't.
Sir,
Resist arrest.
I've explained to you that whether or not there was a valid arrest, probable cause for the arrest is not relevant for purposes of today's hearing.
You got to start at the beginning of the
It may become
pullover.
relevant at a later date through a motion for suppression of the arrest being not based on probable cause.
Do you recall why I was telling you that I didn't want to give you an ID? Can I ask him that?
You sure can.
Okay, we got a question now. Do you remember why I told you I didn't have to give you an ID?
Yes, because you believe telling me your name or providing your license would enter into some form of contract with the corporation known as Pennsylvania. I believe was your explanation.
It's pretty close, yeah.
I was listening.
Did you also recall me telling you that the vehicle that you were referring to, the tractor that I was on, you kept saying it's a motor vehicle? Do you remember that conversation? You kept saying it's a motor vehicle, therefore I had to have a driver's license for it.
Yes.
Correct. Now, do you know what the definition of a motor vehicle is?
Objection, again, it's a legal issue, Your Honor.
I'm going to allow,
It's defined.
I'm going to allow that question overruled.
There's a definition.
Yeah, I can't quote section 102 of Title 75 off the top of my head, but it's a motorized vehicle, a vehicle of a motor travel.
I'll grant it's judicial notice that it's a motorized vehicle pursuant to the Pennsylvania.
It's not a motor vehicle under
Your Honor, I have the
USC.
exact definition here if you'd like me to.
No, I've entered my rule.
USC. USC is a commercial property.
That's federal statutes,
Correct.
not state.
State has to follow the federal when it comes to that
No,
because
they
you're getting
do
money
not.
from the state for
They
the
do not.
roads. You're getting money from the state for the roads. You can't underdo federal. And I have constitutional rights that they can't go against either. I have a constitutional right to travel.
I've
Upon the roadways.
entered my ruling, sir. You need to move on.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a right to travel, sir?
Oh, certainly, yes.
What's your belief of that?
Objection is the relevance on the resisting arrest count.
Sustained.
All right. Upon an arrest in Pennsylvania, is it policy and law to Mirandize somebody?
I'm sorry, what was the first
The
part of
Miranda
your question?
rights.
What was the first part of your question?
Upon arrest in Pennsylvania, is it not the law that everybody gets read the Miranda rights?
It is not.
It is not.
It is not.
He's correct.
I have to disagree with that.
He's correct.
Okay. Do we have any rights at all in Pennsylvania? Do people have any rights?
Relevance, argument.
Sustain.
Okay. Not having a tag or taillights on the back of the tractor was your first inkling to pull me over, correct? That was why you wanted to pull me over, because I didn't have a tag.
Yeah, correct. You're operating the motor.
Yeah, no, you're talking about no PennDOT tag, right?
Correct.
Right. Did you realize that guard tractors, it's an impossibility to even get a tag for that?
Sure, because they're illegal to operate on the roadway.
No. Are you familiar with 1302?
Objection, Your Honor, I believe this issue has already been sustained.
Didn't get no answer.
As far as the relevance of the registration.
The objection was, hold on, let's just take care of this real quick. 75-1302. Be much easier, we can move on.
Any implement of husbandry within 50 miles.
This is not an implement of husbandry.
Sure it is.
Nope. I'm the sayer of the law in here. You can make that argument to another judge or a trial. In my opinion, it is not.
Well, it doesn't appear we're going to get anywhere with this. I'd like to turn some forms in for you, for some documents here that prove that I have a right to travel upon the roadway. It's a constitutional right that can't be taken away from anybody, by anybody, for any reason.
Actually, you have a right, but your right is based on following. Your right is to travel on the roadway is constitutionally guaranteed, but not doing it in any way, shape, or form you so choose is not constitutionally guaranteed.
Not correct, sir.
Well, you know what?
I got
Unfortunately,
167 of them right here, and I got another 50 of them right here. It says you're wrong. And you convicted me twice now of this. I'm going back on your other one, too. We're going back on those other ones you convicted me on. We're not done with this. Believe me, I spent a lot of time researching all this.
Okay.
All right? I got some documents to turn in. For part of the record,
We're not a part of the court of record, but we can turn them in for purposes of today's hearing.
are you going to read them for today's hearing?
I will look at them unless they're objected to and the objection is valid.
Here's these two. I want it. There it is.
So copy for the president counsel.
That's it for now. I'll save this for later. Oh, I thought you were going to show her now.
No, just show her those. And then she can determine if she wants to make an objection, and then I will.
I do have another copy of them.
That's all right.
So, anyone that's actually made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. Actually, what it showed you was the whole process from the crime being committed by this stupid bloody Soviet citizen to the arrest, to the basically incarceration, and then the bonus of the judge trying to bloody well talk to this guy. So it goes through the whole scenario of what happens. You break the law, this is what happens. Hey. And it doesn't matter how many online YouTube, Twitter, Facebook lawyers you talk to, how much you think you know. Will it stand up? Will it heckers like? Anyway, if you got to the end of this video, I'm so happy, and if you didn't, just skip a few bits and then look at the interesting stuff, because some of it's pretty funny, pretty weird, pretty downright just hilarious watching these people. In saying that, I'll leave you now, and love you guys. Bye just now. Till the next time. Take care.